Hey planty people, it's Sydney and welcome to Peaceful Planting, where we talk about all things houseplants. So today I'm going to do a video that's almost like a plant haul. These are the most recent plants that I've gotten. I mainly used little Visa gift cards that I received for Christmas presents. So I used that to buy me some plants that I have been wanting recently. So stick around to see my newest plants. All right, everyone, so I really want to start off with my Philodendron Gloriosa. I have had my eye on this plant for a very long time. I just haven't been able to buy it until I got those gift cards. So this is my new Philodendron Gloriosa. I know that leaf looks a little strange and maybe even a little unhealthy. It is an older leaf, and it did have 2 leaves when I got it. I did have to cut off one of them because it was way too old, and I do not want this plant putting out energy into that leaf, trying to keep it going. So I just cut that off, and it does have this 1 leaf left. But there are 2 points of growth down here. So I'm really excited about that. And I have this right under my humidifier because these plants do like a lot more humidity. It is not directly on top, like the humidity isn't going directly on top of it, but it is flowing over it so that to prevent any fungus or bacteria, you know, if the leaves stay too wet, that can happen. So just keep an eye out for that, but it does love humidity. And these philodendron are a little different because they are actually terrestrial philodendron, which this is my very first one. But I figured why not give it a go? I did my research, so I think I've got this going for me. And that right there is called the stolon. So if you get one of these plants, make sure that this little like almost rhizomaceous structure here is above the soil. These plants grow along the ground in their natural habitat. So you'll want to make sure that that is fully exposed to avoid any rot. If you do have it under soil and that's been working, then that's fine. But you know, the recommendation is to keep it above the soil so that it can grow along, similar to what it does in its natural habitat. So I put it in this longer pot because I want it to grow straight down the pot, because that is how they grow. They don't grow upright like a lot of the philodendron we know, like the vining, the trailing ones. But anyway, so from what I understand, when it does reach the end of this pot, it'll kind of just go in a circle there and just go back to the other end. Gosh, this pot is really heavy. So anyway, this is my Philodendron Gloriosa. I cannot wait to see the brand new leaves on this. Ooh, I'm so excited. And I will post pictures on my Instagram when that new leaf comes out, which I suspect probably at least a month or 2, because I just put it in shock and repotted it. I repot every single one of my plants that I get as soon as I get home. I do not want a pest infestation in my whole collection. It's like my worst nightmare, honestly. I know it's bound to happen at some point, but I'm going to do everything I can to avoid that because nobody wants that. Oh, and by the way, I got this Philodendron Gloriosa from Fauna. It's a plant store in Atlanta. They're so cute and they're so sweet and always willing to help you. I think I only paid $36 for this plant. So really, if you're ever in Atlanta, I would definitely check them out. It's Fauna. I'll put a link to their webpage below, okay? So I also got this Philodendron subhestatum. And I know it has some scarring. If you watched my other like watering routine video, you'll know that that is just from shipping. That's just shipping damage. And look at the underside of those leaves. It is beautiful. So I'm really excited about this because any plant that has the undersides, the red undersides, those are just gorgeous to me. And the way that the light shines through them and it shows almost that red from underneath, oh, drool worthy, I'm telling you. I actually cut the tip off and I'm trying to root it in water here, if you can see that. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping it goes well. I was going to root it in sphagnum moss, but I kind of, I don't know. I was a little weary of it, so I let the end of that cutting dry out a little bit before I put it in the water, though. That is key factor, because that's a good way to avoid any rot from being in the water, you know. And anytime I make a cut on any plant, what I do is I put cinnamon, just regular, like organic cinnamon, the spice we use to cook, you know, and I put that on the wound, so that helps prevent against any bacterial infections and things like that. So that's what I do, and I let it dry out for a couple of hours, if not a day maybe, and then I just stick it in water, and I've had success. I really have honestly never had a propagation in water fail me. So that's saying something, I guess. That's just what works best for me. We all have our ways of propagating. I might do a video on that, different ways of propagating. Let me know in the comments below if you would like that. Okay, oh, and I got that one from the Victorian in Atlanta. So that plant shop is actually really cool too. It's inside of Citizen Supply, all the way in the back. So if you are in Atlanta, go over to Ponce City Market and go into Citizen Supply, head back, and there's the Victorian Atlanta. They are amazing, also very helpful, really cool people, and I love what they have. They have some great, very uncommon plants too. Obviously, I don't get the crazy uncommon ones. I'm not dropping $200, $300 on a plant, no way. So, not right now at least, you know. Anyway, so I went over to Kelly Green. They're like I want to call it like a mom and pop shop. You know, it's really homey in there. They're so humble and just genuinely awesome people there. They're amazing. So it's called Kelly Green in Marietta, Georgia. So if you're in Atlanta, this is actually really not far. It's not far from Atlanta. It's, I want to say, maybe 30 minutes from Atlanta. So they have a good selection. They propagate a lot of their plants, and I actually filmed me shopping there. So I might put that video up if it's not already up, so we'll see. Okay, so this is my new cane begonia. And I told y'all, I love these red undersides to these leaves. Like, how gorgeous is that? The one problem I have with this beautiful plant is that I have no idea what this plant is. I know it's a cane begonia. There are so many types of begonias. It's almost ridiculous. So if anyone has an idea on what this plant is, let me get a good angle there. If anyone has any ideas on what this plant is, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to know her real name. All right, so that's the first one I got from Kelly Green. And then I also got this, which is a Ripsalis. They labeled it as a Mistletoe Cactus. And as you can see, let me see if I can get that up here for y'all. These leaves right here, the top of them are pink. And apparently they get more and more bright, probably with more sunlight. That's the newer growth from what I understand, is going to be like pink at the tops. It's so cute and beautiful. I just love the way it looks. It is a Ripsalis, and the full name of it, Ripsalis Gramulosa? I want to say, I'll put the real name up in the video. How about that? That'll be so much easier. So anyway, this is my new little Mistletoe Cactus, Ripsalis. Maybe Gramulosa. The correct name is somewhere at some point in this video. So anyway, not too many things today, but I did want to share with y'all the newer plants that I have gotten. I think they're beautiful. I love adding to my collection when money allows me to. I have a great collection so far, and I just can't wait to watch it grow. I don't know how I left two plants out, but this is my Albuca spiralis, which is known as the Frizzle Sizzle, and it's very unique. It's so cute. This is my Philodendron Varicosum, which I am in love with, and it might be my new favorite, We will see, but it is breathtaking. If you have any of these plants and you want to give me some care tips, absolutely welcome to. Please comment below. Also, please like my video if you like it. Subscribe, hit the notify bell to receive notifications of the new videos that I put out there. So thank you all so much for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.